All right, Lions fans, a little bit of injury update news on Taylor Decker that just came out about 2 hours ago. Apparently, Decker had suffered a back injury in the game versus the Bears and hung in all day. But clearly, by the stats, you can see that Decker didn't play well. He's responsible for every single sack that Jared Goff took, total of 4 on the day. Just taking a look at some of the pressure stats, the Detroit Lions were only under pressure 16 times on the day. And with that, with those 4 sacks, that means that the Bears were successful on 25% of their pass rush win rate in getting a sack on Jared Goff. The more interesting thing that I see out of these stats, though, is when he was blitzed. Jared Goff, when he was blitzed, the grades of our offensive line was 25.5. I don't even know how it gets that low. But when he was kept clean, it was a grade of 53.8. When he was under pressure, it was a 54.5. When he wasn't blitz, it was a 74.2. But when we were blitz, his grade was a 25.5. And again, this speaks volumes to having a pass rush, right? When you have a pass rush that is able to get home. I mean, they didn't even have to blitz in order to get pressure. According to these stats, they didn't even have to blitz, but more than a few times. That's not good for our offensive line. But what's making this a little bit more scary is this weekend on Saturday, so a short week. If Decker's not able to go, and you look at our depth chart, more than likely Penei Sewell is going to hop in over at the left tackle position, and then you're stuck with Colby Sorsdahl and Dan Skipper at right guard and right tackle if Frank Ragnow can't go. If Frank Ragnow's in, then we'll still have Penei on the left, Graham at right guard or right tackle, and then Colby and Dan Skipper filling in from there. So not a good situation to be in going up against a Broncos team. Ball Hawks, I mean, they're some of the best at getting the ball. As far as pressure stats, I haven't gone into that yet today. I'll go into that more on Friday when we do the breaking it down segment. But, man, 4 sacks, now injured, not acceptable. Feeling it for Taylor Decker, but everybody had the same thought process after the game that Taylor looked terrible. So I'm wondering at what point during the game did he actually became injured and just, continued to tough it out. He's always been a fairly tough dude, but he has not looked the same this season. He really hasn't. More on some injury updates here. I might as well give you a couple of more. Frank Ragnow has been upgraded to limited, which is good news, but you just don't know. It's too early. It's a short week. This will be a big week for Frank Ragnow to be able to get up and get ready to go. He was a full week of no practice last week prior to the Bears game, so hopefully his extended amount of rest is going to help him to get up for the game this Saturday. But as Dan Campbell stated during the press conference today, he would not commit or give any additional information about Frank Ragnow to the media. I think that Campbell's going to keep this one close to the vest until he absolutely has to say something. More on injury news. Benito Jones suffered some sort of a neck injury. This is a new injury. I don't have any other details at this point. So left tackle, Taylor Decker, back injury, new injury. So he didn't re-aggravate something. Frank Ragnow, toe, back, and knee has been upgraded from no practice last week to limited. And Benito Jones has a new neck injury. Hendon Hooker's still moving along. He has 7 days remaining on his evaluation clock. He has, been continuing in as a full practice participant. More than likely he'll be put in as the third quarterback at some point, as you can carry a third quarterback on game days with no charge to your active roster. And I'm sure the Lions will, take advantage of that. 2 other guys no longer on the injury report is Alex Anzalone and Malcolm Rodriguez. Alex Anzalone has a screw that's been installed in his hand. I'm surprised that he's off the injury report. He did struggle pretty badly in the game. He really couldn't grasp anything. It appeared that he had some issues tackling. But, hey, if he's off the injury report, he's off the injury report. So, that's helpful to us. That's really it for right now. These Broncos are coming in fairly healthy. And, again, now we're losing more offensive linemen potentially for the game this week. So the Lions got to do something. They have a couple of guys on the practice squad. Schofield has about 86 starts under his belt, so I wouldn't be surprised if Schofield actually gets some game action this weekend and gets called up. I'd be real surprised if they do that, in place of Nisi, who, in my opinion, shouldn't be up over Schofield, but maybe Schofield's just not ready to go. We'll see what happens. But anyway, that's it for today's update on the injury report and Taylor Decker. This is a big loss. Lions cannot drop any games at this point. They've got to win, and this is not going to be an easy game. So, all right, y'all, go and pride, go Detroit Lions. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.